Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. So on the bottom right side as the pink Mongols, we have a foreign name. So on top left side as the yellow Rus, we have LucifroNN. Let's go and switch out of caster mode as well, because whenever we see a Rus player, we gotta make sure we see the bounties. I always call it the fur trade, probably because I'm from the United States, and the fur trade was relatively big in the early 1600s. Looks like Yellow does find a handful of exotic doggos, has 120 bounty at the moment. Another doggo does go down. He's fighting a lot of wolves. Does claim, now starting to claim up these deer. This deer is being claimed by Yellow as well. Pink has not found them. He has not gone for. He has got a horse, a stable out in the field. But it looks like Yellow does find a lot of deer. And this deer has been cleaned up. There's another wolf there. He has this tier 2. And now after getting this wolf, he will have 2 or... Oh, actually right now, if he kills off both 4, he'll get up to his tier 3. It's very important, which increases the villager food gather rate even more, as well as provides more free gold. We got these horsemen charging on forward. They're just early horsemen. They only have 1 pierce armor this time. Yeah, that's the problem for early horsemen. They're just not useful. It's one of Mongols' advantage to get early horsemen, but it is not useful whatsoever. And maybe it would have been better to invest that extra stone to villagers, but even then, that's an absurd markup for the 2 villagers. Yep, while a lot of this stone stuff only costs 50% or 100% more in stone value, apply out times 2. Villager are times 4 markup, costing 150 stone. A lot of Mongols' benefits are just not that impactful. And now the Rus right now could just pull out some early knights and hard counter all the swordsmen. Not swordsmen, horsemen. Got more horsemen now being deployed out on the field. Yeah, I was going for a forward town center now. These horsemen are still early horsemen. They're getting the regular horseman upgrade now. Scouts trying to engage them. Got these horsemen now. Does spot the villagers, making some good kills there. But the problem is, against Rus, they get militia. And the militia could do bonus damage versus horsemen. Does get some kills there. It's getting some decent kills. These horsemen will be cleaned on up by these militia. He's going all in, trying to kill off as many of these villagers as possible. Gets actually a good number of them, that's for sure. Most of the horsemen are down. He does take out a good number of villagers, which will give the Mongol player some time. Does pack up the market as well. He's going for oh, got the silver tree over there. He's going aggressive with the raid. Of course, it will take a bit of time for this stuff to reposition. I was going to take a sniff amount of wood and gold. Collins is now being chased down by the scouts. Scouts do bonus damage versus Collins. We got the militia here, and the militia almost takes out the Mongol, or the Khan. Got some horsemen here. They're severely wounded. There's a lot of militia in the region. Now the militia are starting to expire. This horseman's down to 5 health. Can be focused down by the scouts. More horsemen are being poured on the field. He's investing heavily into those horsemen. Now starting to clean up that deer there. We do have more of these stables from plot of field. It's going for some early knights, which will... It's really hard to counter early knights as well as row knights. You can use spearmen, and that's your only way to really fight. Of course, superior versus the horsemen, as well as among other things. Does use a speed arrow there, trying to close in on these scouts. They are, of course, very expensive. But since he already has a second town center out, he should be able to recover the villager count quite easily. Finds a good volley there, and that wounded horseman takes out. Had only 5 health remaining. And his horseman is still trying to pursue this scout. He's not going for some spearmen. Let's get some hits there onto the knights. Now we've got these guys staying to fight. He does spot the silver tree as well as the outpost. The Yam network is very important to help improve the speed of these trade caravans. For the early knights, they can just go to each corner and keep the Mongol on his toes. The Mongol player at this point in time needs to basically pull out spearmen across the entire route. I'm sort of surprised he went for the caravans so early against the Rus. Rus's early knights are a massive threat to those trade caravans. And there we go, we got this one here. He does upgrade this to arrow post there. Now trying to get a spearman into the mix, throw some torches onto it, but should be able to protect for the time being. And now we've got a pair of archers before archer range now on the field. We've got now a pair of stables as well. Has a outpost there? Okay. Not sure why. Maybe trying to protect their relic. Hasn't gone for the whistling arrow just yet. The whistling arrow is a very powerful upgrade. It's also one of the best ways to help deal with Royal Knights and Early Knights. Having 12 seconds of sprint will really help you chase down those Royal Knights. You now have a blacksmith being plotted out, very nice, and also is going to play oh, that's an outpost, not a greer. Huh. These two stone deposits are right next to each other. That's actually pretty lucky for him. In comparison, we've got this stone deposit and this stone deposit. Is this a large stone deposit? No, it's a small one. Oh, there's the other stone deposit. And the stone deposit close by means you can get your ovos quite protected. You don't have to put them too far out. And he does abandon this region there. He's trying to stop the deer collection. Another greer there. He's going to try to claim some berries. Now I've got the speed arrow there. A little bit early to help him close distance. Now in combat, they've worn on off. Spearman receives some hits there. Archers should engage into the archers. Spearman getting some good hits there on those archers as well. He does get some alpha strike there. Spearman gets some good mix. It's a bit of a messy fight there. Yellow's going to stand and fight. Does lose some of these archers there. Taking those archers a bit more important than taking out the knights, because then his spearmen go in nice and freely. Does find himself a choke point there. Does take out the scout there. Knights now trying to engage the archers. Constant mix there. And the knights' more value is starting to pay for itself. And now it's going to start picking off some of these lone archers. Does take out a lone spearman there, which is very important. And more reinforcements now streaming on in. These forces now split on up. He needs to take time to get reinforced here. He could try running towards this outpost and getting inside. And since he's separated now, these knights can quickly pick off these lone forces there. Khan does have, of course, the Yam network in the region, and now the trade network's under siege, or under threat. We got a handful of spearmen here. The archers quick inside the outpost there. The arrow output damage would be better inside the outpost because it would do 6 damage. Actually, it does have the arrow split, so it would be 7 damage, as opposed to just the 5 or the 6 damage of the units on the ground. Right now, Yellow has a significantly larger force there. So 12 of them are militia, which are right there. They have 60 seconds remaining. Militia now advancing on forward. They have 40 seconds remaining, and looks like it's forced engaged. Archers do bonus damage versus militia, but militia do bonus damage versus these horsemen. Let's use a speed arrow right there. Of course, there are arrow slits here. Trade network is under threat. It can be very hard to micro and get these trade routes to safety. Horsemen now closing on in. The militia are not being picked on off. All the militia are now down. Spearmen being warded away. We've got 2 outposts here. This one now being upgraded arrow slits. Going heavy in defense for his trade network. These archers push way forward. Arrows on cooldown. Spearman needs to get on his way forward. So we got this tower here as well. Getting some damage on him. Some piece of spearmen going down. He needs those spearmen alive to engage those knights. Pink has an army of 20, yellow has an army of 28 at the moment, which is a significant difference. This tower is still firing away and is drawing some fire there. I don't like Mongols' control, just seems not as great. Going for another tower here. These villagers need to get on out of there. They're about to get overran. Outpost has been destroyed. This one does get canceled. Trying to claim up some berries. Military count is 29 to 30. And now we got these knights trying to push on in once again. Defensive arrows are doing some damage. Do have a base damage of 11, so they do decent damage versus early knights by themselves, but it's just simply outnumbered. Spearman do get overrun there. Khan trying to push straight forward. It does use the arrow upgrade there, which does apply continuously even when the Khan's down, but only lasts for 5 seconds. And this is why I believe the Whistling Arrow research is very, very important. Because giving these guys 12 seconds of extra arrows at faster reload speed is very, very important. Archer trying to start us up away. These archers still getting some good damage on in. Still, these knights still causing some severe issues. He has 6 of them queued up as well. These more spearmen that are being picked off by these archers. Let's get inside the tower there. 3 out of the 5. Ink also deploy out a single horseman, which perhaps draws some additional fire from those archers. Going for more spearmen, very nice. Right now, Pink does have more units on the field, but Yellows have a higher quality, though a lot of it's quite battered and bruised. Going for another tower there. He's heavily investing in the towers, that's for sure. And funny thing as well, you can start deploying out towers and deploy on Greers along the line. Start deploying out groups of 5 villagers out to a lot of locations. It costs a lot of wood to keep that secure, as well as the traders themselves cost a lot of wood. And he's almost out of wood in this region. The current rate, if he keeps this trade network alive, he does not need to go with a separate out, then he goes with a curl tie, which can be both powerful offense and defensively. Let's see how long line of defense needs to be. You probably have to use it offensively. Unless he just keeps on staying in this region. Draws him towards the town center. Town center's now starting to fire away. Get some damage there. Militia has been put on the field, inflating Yellow's force. Ooh, a lot of alpha strike there on his archers. Now it's in the mix. Let's use the arrow. It's a great damage to those archers, getting some extra volleys there. Some lone knights now pushing up forward. Pink's now engaging. A lot of yellow's archers have gone down, allowing Pink's spearmen to get more work done. He's doing a good job of focusing firing down these opposing archers as well as opposing spearmen. And now they're all down. He only has the knights remaining, barring some additional archers already deployed out on the field. And being deployed on the field. But Pink has keep his trade network up and going. He has a good number of them out on the field as well. If I take a look at... Oh wait, we can just click on over here. Of course, it doesn't always like to show. Sometimes it's still trade. You may need to get out caster vision. Speaking of which, let's see if he has any... He does have his 500 bounty. If we switch around like that, we may be able to see the... Yeah, he has 25, so he does get his tier 3 trade network. You need at least 15. But now he gets a decent extra amount of resources as well. And if he goes in pure age, he can perhaps get out some additional stones from the trade as well. Looks like that's relatively fresh ovo. Yep, fresh ovo deployed on the field. So it's not gone for the whistling arrow. Now both players are at the next age. Which one did he go? He went for the curl tie, which is a powerful offense. There's the curl tie trying to be redeployed. Trying to go for the faster movement speed, going for a hardened spearman, hardened archer research. Let's get some alpha strike there. Now we've got the arrow. Needs some break damage there on these archers. Spearman does get a great volley of stabs there on those knights. Militia not being put on the field, trying to stab the Khan. And the Khan will go down. Granted, his arrow's off cooldown, so he was just a basic fire support unit at that point in time. Very basic fire support, I should say. Knight here could be picked on off, receive good damage there. Has 5 pierce at the moment. The hardened, not this hardened spearman. The archer has 6 damage, so they do 1 damage per arrow against these knights. Going for pierce damage now, which allowed them to do 2, and now there is the improved spearman. Yellow's archers are being picked on off, the reinforcing ones. Spearmen now being overwhelmed. And there's the pierce damage research, giving these guys double attack. And now the curl tie in the region giving him more attack. Right now he's up to 11 damage thanks to the curl tie in the region. That will greatly overcome the damage, the armor of the knights. Also was getting some health regen, and yellow backs out of the game now. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.